Now, if I read the cast list for this film, Fool's Paradise, it would take me about 25 minutes. But does that make it any good that all these people are in this movie? Let's find out. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Fool's Paradise, the newest film from director, writer, actor Charlie Day. Okay, so Fool's Paradise is a very absurdist satirical comedy. It's about this mute who is, of course, played by Charlie Day, who finds himself in the Hollywood system, to be fairly honest. And in the process, he actually is a doppelganger of this famous comedian who is playing Billy the Kid. He, of course, this individual was found by Ray Liotta's character, rest in peace. And he starts to rise in the ranks of the Hollywood system, and then finds himself kind of falling and collapsing in that system as well, as most people in Hollywood seem to do in this day and age. But it is very much a kind of in-your-face look to how crazy and weird and strange and absurd the Hollywood system can be, and how one day you could be the big giant star and the next you could be living on the street selling, buckets of whatever, on the side of the road. So it's that movie. It's that type of movie. It has a lot of well-respected actors in it. And like I said, it's an absurdist comedy. So there you go. So as you can tell from my reading or my explanation of what this movie is, this is a movie that is definitely punching in the face the Hollywood system. It's a movie where it's taking a look at what it is like for struggling people to do things, what it is like for people to be lucky at the right moment at the right time, and how they are used. And it really does feel like that Charlie Day really feels like he's been put through the ringer in the Hollywood system, also trying to pay homage to Peter Sellers and the old school silent comedians like Charlie Chaplin and Harold Lloyd and stuff like that, and Buster Keaton. But it's like a more modern take on that because, like I said, Charlie Day is a mute. He doesn't talk but like a couple lines in this entire movie. He also plays his doppelganger so that he talks there. But for the most part, this is Charlie Day not talking, which is very weird. But it's a movie, like I said, has a lot of famous people in it. Everybody from John Malkovich to Adrien Brody to Jason Sudeikis to his own wife. This, I think, has like 2/3 of the cast from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in it, from like Jimmi Simpson and Glenn Howerton and stuff like that. And of course, his wife is also in this as well. So it definitely feels like he's getting a lot of people to do this film so it can garner a budget so he can make this film, because it feels like a passion project or something he really wants to do after doing stuff like Super Mario Brothers and so on and so forth. The only other issue with this movie is the simple fact that it was filmed in 2018. So take that for what it's worth. The Rotten Tomato scores or the scores for this movie are not very good. But my honest review of this movie and what is my take of this movie, I can't say I was like the most ecstatic after watching this movie, but I enjoyed it. It's entertaining. Everybody's on board. It feels like a David Mamet film, but to a lesser degree. It feels like a Coen Brothers to a lesser degree. It feels like a very a tour type film where Charlie Day wanted a particular sensibility to this film, a very odd, altruistic sensibility to this film. And I think for the most part it succeeds. I just don't think I think the story is cut in weird directions and edited weird that it kind of loses its way and loses its purpose, because like I said, this character that is named Latte, he's an individual that kind of he comes from a mental institution. He finds his way through circumstances and means of being pushed into certain directions. He just happens to be on the street selling whatever he's selling. And Ray Liotta's character just pops up at the right moment and realizes, oh my God, this guy's a doppelganger, this idiot that won't work on the set. And it's just, this kind of movie is really showing the nature of how crazy and insane and just almost comedic the Hollywood system can be in a lot of respects, from the upper execs to the lower producer. King John is in this movie and he plays, the publicist who's down on his luck and is the second main lead in this movie. I think he's a lot of fun. I think Charlie Day's a lot of fun. I think everybody's a lot of fun in this movie. I just don't know if it hits the right tone that it needs to hit. Maybe a little too weird. This is like when George Clooney directed The Confessions of a Dangerous Mind or whatever that film was. There's something odd and weird and kind of off-putting about what Charlie Day does here. But it really feels like a It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia skit in a lot of respects. Just the nature of the absurdity of what's going on. For instance, when Glenn Howerton pops up in this movie, and he has the most fake, ridiculously looking beard that you'll ever see in your entire life. It looks like he took, chest hair off his chest and put it on his face as a beard. And it's done for a way of being like satirical in a lot of respects, but it's just like, wow, that's some beard you have in this movie. And that's what this movie does. I think it's fun. I think it's entertaining. It's not the greatest movie in the world. It's not going to, like, you know, be your top 10 list, but I think it's overall just an entertaining movie, to be fairly honest. It's not insulting to me, at least, for an hour and 38 minutes that's on the screen. Like I said, not having Charlie Day speak is a really interesting way to have a character of Charlie Day be in this movie, and him doing, you know, triple duty as the writer, director, and actor of this movie. It really takes a lot of balls, to be fairly honest. It takes a lot of gall, well, to do something like that, because it's really, really difficult. So I give him a lot of credit there. I do think that there is some heart here. I think there is some love put into this movie. I just think it's going to be a little too weird for audiences. I think it's going to be a film that, you know, might off-put some people just on the simple fact of what it's trying to do. And it's just, it almost kind of trying to veer into a little bit of Wes Anderson territory with that very fantastical but very kind of colorful approach. But also this movie set in Los Angeles, so there's a lot of weird stuff. I do have to give a lot of credit to Common in this movie, who plays a West Snipe style character, who has like a really funny couple, like 3 to 4 or 5 minutes moment in this movie where it's super hilarious about his rise and fall of who he's playing and the character he represents and stuff like that. And I really thought it was funny. I think this movie does take some fun turns and stuff like that, but it's just not a perfect movie. It's not edited very well. It's not shot very well. I think some of the characters are over the top and silly, but I think it's an entertaining movie. That's just kind of where I land. It's a movie that I find entertaining, fun. That's where I'm going to leave it. So it's not the greatest movie in the world. It's not, you know, top 10 of the world of the year, but it's definitely a movie I think people will be entertained by and at least enjoy for what it's worth. That's just me personally. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but that's how I feel. So with that said, that is going to be my take on Fool's Paradise, a new film from Charlie Day. We're now officially in theaters. We'll be on VOD, I'm sure, in the next couple of weeks. But with that said, that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. Comments below. What do you think of this movie if you decide to see it? Let me know overall. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, let me know. It's all good. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.